Welcome back. It's been a little while where it's been all four of us, and the season I can say is now officially over with the Club World Cup finishing, and there you go, George. Chelsea winning
World
it.
champions.
World champions is a strong word.
World champions. Best team in the world. Dispatch PSG. Um, FIFA have said officially we're the first team to be world champions. The ones before didn't count. So first and only world
You're
champions
the
currently.
Uruguay of club football.
Exactly, Cully. Exactly.
I
The
like
thing
that extra
is,
bit of thought.
you can also have your, well, I don't know where the badge is going to be, right? To say,
It's going to be here.
Yeah.
well, in
Four
the middle.
years in the
Yeah.
middle, champions of
Four
the world.
years.
And do you have it for
4 years.
4 years, or is it just one season?
Yep.
We have it for 4 years. Yeah.
4 years.
You don't
So
even have a
4 years. That's
sponsor,
going
but
to
you've got
be.
that.
Unless Trump steals it, unless Trump pockets it
Oh, to
There's,
be
you
fair.
know, there are rumors going around that he does have the original trophy somewhere in one of his cabinets.
in the
We've
White
just
House.
got the
Surprisingly.
replica.
Well, he did take a medal, and
Yep.
he's in your photos with the celebration. I'm surprised he didn't
Yeah.
try and lift up the cup as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well.
I heard that John Terry called him to tell him that he couldn't make it. So Trump said he'll stand in for him
Put his
and
full
do
He
kit
it.
didn't.
on.
But,
Should
but
have. Yeah.
anyway,
Should have got the full kit on.
can we move on to real football, please?
Go
No,
for
I
it.
think I
Good.
think I think George brings up an important point. Like they're the best team in the world now, so they've got to go and win the league and Champions League double. Like they have to. Anything else is a failure if you're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Well, look,
Is,
we're the
is
best
the
team in the
pressure
world
is the
at the
pressure on
minute, but
though?
we might not become the Premier League season.
Is the pressure on exactly what Pierce said? Is the pressure now on to actually go and go? Do you know what? Premier League or Champions League, and the way you played against PSG, incredible. But is there now more pressure since you've won it?
I think there's pressure to contend. I think for sure fans will want a title contention next season, but I don't think any Chelsea fan really thinks that we will win the league next year. I mean, I would like to be competing to a bit further than we were last year because there were talks that we were competing up until around Christmas. If we could push that sort of February, March, that'd be progress, and then the next year a full title run all the way through. I mean, there is more pressure now, but ultimately you want pressure, and this team's a very young team. They're growing. They're only going to get better, and they want the pressure. If they want to be competing things, they want the pressure as well. So,
I don't,
yeah,
I'm sorry to interject, but I don't think there's more pressure on Chelsea. I genuinely, I think Chelsea is expected to go for top four, nothing more. You were expected that anyway. Maybe you think a title challenge, but with the transfer business that's going on, I, I, I genuinely think, and this is part of my reasoning of why I think the Club World Cup, as it is at the moment, is a bit of a misdemeanor of a tournament is because it hasn't moved the needle one iota. I think for Chelsea, this
how's it not
if
moved the
anything,
needle?
if anything, this is like a oh well, Chelsea played in the Club World Cup, so they'll probably be more knackered, so they're allowed to not challenge because they're so knackered.
I would say
That's
it's
how I see
completely.
it. No,
I
no,
think
this
it's
is my
completely
view.
changing that.
I,
Yeah,
I, I'm not saying it's a global view, but my view is, if anything, this is
I mean,
this is
I think the fact that
devalued
we
your
turned
title
up,
challenge.
played the best team in the world, beat them comfortably. I think people have starting to look and think, oh, hang on, actually, maybe Chelsea are on something. Maybe they are heading in the right direction. We were taking loads of shit throughout last season. We managed to get top four. We won the Conference League. We won the Club World Cup, and this season's been a huge success because I don't think
I
top
think so.
four Chelsea
I
fans would have been
I
buzzing
agree.
with top four. Win the Conference League. And I think it's been really good
I
progress.
think you're ahead of where expectations were for certain. However, I personally do not think the Club World Cup's moved the needle.
Fair enough.
No,
Fine.
I agree. No,
Hundred
I
million
don't really
pounds would
think
say
people
otherwise.
were that bothered about it. And yeah, given the choice,
Okay,
I'll
I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
If
How many of those Club World Cup matches did you watch? Cully,
Zero.
zero.
Pierce, zero. Not even the final.
No.
Watch the highlights.
Yeah,
Didn't watch the
if you're
highlights.
in it, if you're not in it, you're not going to care. Why would Pierce want to watch Chelsea become world champions?
No, but it's not
That's a
about Chelsea
nightmare
being
for him.
world champion. But even before that, semi-final, you got PSG versus Real Madrid. If that was
Yeah,
Champions League, I
Yeah, yeah.
guarantee you
You'd be
PSG
all
would
over
watch
it.
it.
yeah. Yeah, look,
I
I'm not
agree.
saying it's anything like the Champions League, but I like what they're trying to do with it. I think the Club World Cup beforehand was shit. Once a year at Christmas, nobody watched it unless your team was in it, and even then you might not watch it. Making it every 4 years, having some of the best teams in the world, the best players in the world, pumping loads of money into it, it will become a big tournament. And people can
But
say it
do we
won't.
need? Do we need? It's just more. It's not for the fans or for the players, is it? It's all commercial.
If the players want to
No,
be paid these big wages, they're going
I
to have to
actually
play more
agree
football
with both of
games.
you there. I actually agree with both of you. I think there's a number of things. This is the first tournament. A number of things they need to get right. Right?
Yeah,
They're not going to get it right first time. Number of things they need to get right. One is the timing, right? Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's reasonable for Chelsea and PSG to finish the season when other teams are starting pre-season. That same week you had the final, Champions League qualification for some clubs started that week.
Mm.
That is insane, right? So they need to do something about this. They need to stop these
Well,
invitationals.
they got, what can they do?
Yeah.
They can't. They can't. There's not. There's only a certain amount of days in a
No,
year.
but this is where I'm agreeing with you, Piers. So I
That's what I
think
mean. They can't,
this has
there's
this
nothing they can
has.
do. You either crowbar it in or you scrap it, and they've decided to crowbar it
Well,
in. So ultimately, there'll be more.
I'm not sure. I think I, like when the World Cup happens, there's certain movements in the footballing calendar. I know there's not more space. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I don't see how they do it, but in agreement with George, I can see what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to do something here, and
Yeah, but my
it
point
does
is
make sense,
now
but
as
I
as
don't know
as
if
it's
the
going
timing
on.
makes sense.
But I mean, like I say, what can you do about the timing? As it's going
Yeah.
on, and there's extra football, and everyone's a bit like, the season finished a while ago, the traditional season, and so you're like, oh, okay, a bit more football, great, I'll watch it. No one's moaning. The players aren't moaning. They've had probably a week's holiday in between. A lot of players aren't involved, and it was the same last year where it weren't until players started dropping like flies, then everyone's crying out, going, "Why the
Yeah.
fuck are they playing all year long?" So it's
Yeah.
not now. Everyone's loving it now because it's extra. It's more football to watch. Great, and if your team's in it, even better.
Well, you say
It
that,
will be.
but
It will be
Piers,
around Christmas time when they haven't. None of the players that featured had a proper break. ACL start snapping, and then everyone will start pointing their
Mm.
finger, going, scrap it. It's so
Well,
like,
or
that,
also
that's
If
an
it,
if
if it
interesting
if
does
point.
hold
work
on,
out like that,
hold on, guys, hold on.
you
If and also I'm going on to what Piers saying here. If there was a serious injury in the Club World Cup for one of your key
but it
players,
was
like if
look at Musiala.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I
but it
mean,
won't, like I say, it won't be now. It'll be when they don't get a proper rest, and then they have
yeah,
to start going again,
In
high
the cold.
intensity. They're playing in their
yeah.
league,
But I
their
mean,
cup, Champions League.
yeah. We'll see how it goes and we'll see how it affects the players. I think teams that are going to want to compete on all fronts and say the Club World Cup does become one of those fronts that teams want to compete in, you're just going to have a big squad. Like the amount of games that you have to play anyway, you have to have a big squad. You have to rotate, and I think you could get to a point where you need almost like 20. Gone from a group of 11 core players to a group of sort
No,
of
yeah, 100%.
maybe
And
maybe
teams are
17,
starting to
18
do
core
that now.
players.
There's bigger squads,
I,
more rotation. But let me ask you this: if Cole Palmer, if João Pedro, if Neto, if they pick up some significant injuries and you miss out on top four, and all of them say, look, and the physios saying, the club doctors say, it's because we didn't get a proper rest. Because we went from the league.
Yeah.
Then you'll be going, why the fuck did we get involved in that Mickey Mouse tournament?
I don't think it's a Mickey Mouse tournament, but
No, no,
I
but if
I
I'm
see your
saying
point.
it's a
Yeah.
hypothetical, I get that. But
I see your point, and I mean you could get injuries from it, but ultimately I want to be winning trophies and I want to be competing. And what better trophy? Well, obviously the Champions League I'd rather win, but
I'd rather win the League
it's a
Cup.
statement. It's a statement victory, and I think people will notice that beating PSG in a final and comfortably, a team that took this tournament seriously. They dispatched Real Madrid, they dispatched Bayern Munich, like they did take that tournament seriously, and
I
we
just
showed that
think
we can compete with the best.
I know it's nice getting any sort of silverware. It's nice winning the Community Shield, but I guess the point is, if it ends up coming at the cost of being competitive in the actual bread and butter tournaments, the Premier League, the Champions League, if it comes at a cost, I think let's
Yeah,
have it right.
no,
It's quite
well,
low down on the
only,
total
I
bar.
think
only,
I think you're
only
both right.
the time will tell,
I think
right? This season,
fundamentally,
time will tell. Yeah.
we will know. All right, thank you very much, guys. Cheers.